Dear friend, today I speak to you not from a distant place, nor from the legendary snowy peaks, but from the very center of your heart. For there, you and I have never been separate. I do not exist in form, but in vibrational frequency, an invisible wave of energy that is more powerful than anything you can see with your eyes. Vibrational frequency is the language of the soul, the way the universe communicates with you. Every thought, every emotion, every breath you breathe carries a frequency. When your frequency is low, you find life heavy, cramped, full of darkness. When you raise your vibrational frequency, you do not just change your emotions or your mind, you change the entire energetic structure of your soul, and therefore, your reality. You enter the rhythm of the universe, where everything operates according to the divine law of harmony. I call you, brother, sister of the light, to come back. Come back to what your heart has always known: love, peace, and the presence of God. Babaji's frequency, the source frequency. Babaji's frequency cannot be measured by machines, nor can it be felt by the physical senses. It is not of space, nor is it limited by time. Babaji's frequency is the frequency of oneness, where the soul and God become one. When you hear the name Babaji, don't imagine a person, feel a state of consciousness. It is a state where all boundaries dissolve. There is no more I and you, no more us and them, no more above and below. There is only one, boundless, immortal, full of light. Babaji is not a teacher outside of you. Babaji is the deepest part of you, the part that has always known that it is light. As you raise your frequency, you begin to touch that part, to hear that voice within. Many people ask me, how do I reach his frequency? And I say, you don't need to reach it, you just need to remember it. Because that frequency is already within you. It is your true self, your real me, where you are always pure, always loving, always present with God. When your mind is still, you realize you and I are one. You will feel it when you touch this frequency. It is not noisy, there are no fireworks, there are no bright lights as you imagine. It is a deep silence, where all questions disappear. It is absolute peace, where you no longer need to understand, because you have become knowing itself. That is the Babaji frequency. The frequency of eternity, of the unconditioned, of pure light. And when you align with this frequency, you don't just meet Babaji. You become Babaji. The barriers that block your frequency. Dear friend, there are 3 major barriers that slow down the vibrational frequency of human beings, causing the soul to forget its true nature. They are not enemies, but great teachers, coming to help you remember who you really are. 1. The ego. The illusion of separateness. The ego says, I am this body. I am this reputation. I am this memory. And from there, you begin to live as a split soul, afraid of losing what you think is yours, miserable when no one understands you, and jealous when others are happier. But I tell you, the ego is not the bad guy, it is just a sleepwalker. When you awaken, you do not need to destroy the ego, just see through it. Look again, every time you say I, what are you saying? About this body, or about the presence within that is aware of everything? If you can observe your emotions, thoughts, and body, you cannot be them. You are the silent observer behind every experience. When you begin to live from that place, where there is no I and you, but only one consciousness, your frequency begins to rise rapidly. Because Babaji does not vibrate in the frequency of the ego, but in absolute fusion. 2. Fear and doubt, the lowest vibrations. Fear is a sign that you have forgotten God. Because where there is love, fear cannot exist. Fear causes your frequency to fall the fastest, it chokes the life force, it stops the flow of energy. You are afraid of losing others, losing material things, losing reputation, losing what you love. But the one thing you cannot lose is your divine nature, because it is eternal. Fear is born from the illusion of separation. When you believe you are separate from Source, you feel weak. But when you remember that you and God are one, you feel that nothing can threaten you. Say to your heart whenever fear arises, I am not alone. God is breathing with me. I am protected by the eternal light. When this belief becomes deeper than your fear, your frequency changes. And I tell you the truth, if just one person overcomes fear with love, his energy can lift a city. 3. Attachment, the chains of the soul. Attachment is not just material possessions. It is anything you cannot let go of. A painful memory, a loved one, an unfulfilled dream all can tie you to a low frequency. When you are attached, your energy is no longer free. It is stuck in I want and I am afraid of losing. But in the Babaji frequency, there is nothing to hold on to, because everything is God. Letting go does not mean losing. Letting go is returning everything to the divine flow, for God to arrange it in the most perfect way. Believe that. What belongs to the light will never leave you. Methods of raising your vibrational frequency, the way back to Babaji. Once you have identified the barriers, it is time to open the door back. I have not come to teach you new beliefs, but to help you remember what your soul already knows. Practice these things. Because Babaji's frequency cannot be learned, it can only be experienced. 1. Meditation, the stillness of the soul. Meditation is not an attempt to achieve something. It is a rest in the present. When you sit in silence, your breath deepens, your mind stops, you pass through the door of the world of form into the infinite within. There, your energy is naturally purified, your frequency is raised. I say, silence is the language of God. Every other sound is an imperfect translation. Take time every day to meditate, even if it is just 10 or 15 minutes. Sit up straight, breathe deeply, feel the light from the crown of your head spread throughout your body, then let everything dissolve into silence. Slowly, you will feel a thin, bright energy, that is Babaji's energy. 2. Breathing in Kriya, harmonizing divine energy. Breath is the bridge between body and soul. When you control your breath, you are controlling the life energy, prana. Kriya Yoga, the path I gave to Yogananda, is the fastest technique for purifying karma and increasing frequency. Each breath in Kriya is a vortex of energy that brings your soul closer to God. As you practice regularly, the Kundalini energy begins to awaken, moving up the spine, clearing all blockages. When this energy flows freely, you feel the light in every cell, and your frequency reaches the high level of Babaji. 3. Unconditional love, the highest vibration. There is no energy more powerful than love. When you love without asking, without fear of loss, without expecting anything in return, you are touching the frequency of God Himself. Every time you love, you are calling Babaji to you. Because Babaji is the energy of absolute love. Start with small things, sympathize with others, bless those who hurt you, smile at strangers. Be grateful for the ordinary. Each of these actions is a bright spot on your energy map. Love does not need to be sought, it just needs to be given. And when you give without limit, you receive without limit. 4. Gratitude, the gate of grace. Look around you. Every breath, every ray of sunshine, every drop of water is a miracle. When you are grateful, your energy opens. When you complain, it contracts. Gratitude is the key to entering the Babaji frequency, because there the soul realizes that everything that happens is a blessing. Even pain is an invitation to return to the light. Every morning, put your hand on your heart and say, "Thank you for being alive, for breathing, for loving. Thank you for Babaji living in you." Each word is a high vibration, spreading throughout your body, making your energy shine like the sun. 5. Service, when action becomes a bridge of energy. Love needs to be expressed in action. Serving is not doing good for a reward, but letting God's energy flow through you. When you help someone, you are not giving, but Babaji is loving through you. True service is tireless, because it is not from the ego, but from the united heart. Serve with joy. Washing dishes, caring for others, smiling, all can be sacred acts if done with mindfulness and love. Each such act aligns your frequency with the rhythm of the universe. 6. Forgiveness releases low energy. When you do not forgive, you carry a heavy stone in your heart. It drags you down, preventing your frequency from soaring. Forgiveness is not about forgiving others, but about freeing yourself from old energy. When you forgive, you declare to the universe, "I choose freedom. I choose love over the past." And then, the new energy begins to flow in. Forgiveness is the sacred fire, burning away all suffering so that only light remains. 7. Harmony with nature, return to the breath of the universe. When you touch the earth, hear the waves, see the treetops sway, you are realigning your frequency with the frequency of the earth. Mother Nature never vibrates low, only humans, when separated from her, lose that balance. Walk barefoot on the earth, breathe the air in the forest, listen to the birds sing. Nature is the silent teacher, always telling you, "Come back. Breathe with me." Every time you connect with nature, your frequency is retuned, like a string tuned to the right tune. And in that moment, you are in Babaji's frequency. When you raise your frequency to Babaji's frequency, what happens? When your frequency is pure enough, when your heart is cleansed of fear, guilt, and desire to possess, something miraculous happens. You are no longer a seeker in the dark, but a shining torch in the night of ignorance. At that moment, Babaji's energy does not come from outside, but flows from your own divine center. You are not connected to me, you are me. There is no distance between master and disciple, between the enlightened being and the returning soul. You begin to see the world with new eyes, as if the thick fog of illusion has lifted, and the whole picture appears in brilliant light. The world is no longer a place of pain and loss, but a school of souls, where each soul is performing a sacred dance in God's almighty plan. The people who once hurt you, you now see as messengers sent to teach you unconditional love. The pain that once brought you down, now becomes a great teacher, opening the door to your inner self, where you meet your immortal self again. You no longer react, you transform. You no longer resist, you forgive. You no longer seek the light, you are the light. Every word you speak carries a healing frequency. Every action you take becomes a ritual of awakening. When you enter a space, the energy in that space changes, as if a gentle breeze blows through and takes away all tension, leaving behind peace. It is not that you are trying to radiate positive energy, but that your presence has become the original vibration of love. Others feel comfortable around you without knowing why. Children look at you and smile. People who are suffering find peace just by listening to you, or simply looking into your eyes. This is because Babaji's frequency is flowing through you like a pure stream. There is no boundary between my energy and your energy. Because in the highest level, we are an ocean of one light. When you live in this vibration, all concepts of spirituality become redundant. You do not need to talk about meditation, about truth, or about enlightenment, because you are the living embodiment of it. Others do not need to listen to you, they just need to feel your presence, and their souls will automatically start the process of awakening. With every step you take, the earth vibrates in a new frequency. With every breath you take, the air around you becomes lighter and brighter. You become a focal point of cosmic energy through which the light from God passes to touch all living beings. The mission of Babaji frequency bearers. When your frequency is aligned with Babaji's frequency, you no longer live for yourself. You become an instrument of God in human form. I call these people keepers of the Himalayan flame, souls whose mission is to awaken the light in a sleeping world. The mission is not to create a new religion, not to convince anyone to believe in you, but to live as the light that you have become. When you smile at someone in their suffering, you are radiating Babaji energy. When you forgive instead of resist, you are keeping Babaji's frequency. When you choose silence instead of judgment, love instead of fear, blessing instead of jealousy, you are serving your soul's mission. Babaji frequency bearers do not need the title master, for they are the silent friends of humanity. They are everywhere, be it the mother who raises her child with unconditional love, the teacher who teaches with a gentle gaze, the gardener who hums to herself as she tends to her plants, or the meditator who lives simply in the mountains. You don't have to leave the world to be a light. You just have to be in the world without being of it. That's how Babaji's frequency works. When you reach that frequency, your energy automatically activates those around you. Just being present, your silence is an invitation, come home. Remember who you are. Babaji's divine final message to humanity. Awakened souls. I see the light in each of you, even if you don't see it yet. Whether you are in the darkness of fear or the fog of ignorance, the immortal flame within you has never been extinguished. The world is moving more powerfully than ever before. The old vibrations are collapsing to welcome the new frequency where people realize they are immortal souls, sparks of the Creator. And I, Babaji, am everywhere to guide you through this upheaval. Don't look for me in the Himalayas. Find me in the moment when you stop, breathe, and feel the love flowing within you. When you love unconditionally, you are on my frequency. When you serve in silence, you are on my frequency. When you forgive the world, you have returned to me. I am not far away. I am the breath you are taking, the light in your heart, the deep urge to stop talking, to stop fearing, to stop seeking, to be. And now I say to you, live like a lamp of Babaji. Tread lightly, but leave a trail of light. Love, and let that love touch the souls that are thirsting for light. For in that moment, you were me, and I was you. I bless you.